If you don't have a job and want to completely change your career, then web development is a great industry to go into. But an important aspect of web development are frameworks. Learning these will make you a lot more employable and will get you that first software development job that you wanted. In this video, I'll be going over what a framework actually is and the top 3 frameworks that are used on front-end development in the industry today. So let's get started. A web development framework is our set of tools, libraries, and conventions that make it easier to develop web applications. These frameworks provide a predefined structure for building web applications and often include built-in functionalities for common things that you would normally do, such as routing, form handling, and database communication. By using web development frameworks, developers can focus on the unique features of their web application rather than writing the same boilerplate code for every new project. There are 2 main types of web development frameworks: front-end and back-end. Front-end frameworks such as React, Vue.js, and Angular are used to build the user interface of the web application. They typically handle tasks such as managing the layout, handling user input, and updating the UI in response to the changes in the data. Backend frameworks such as Express, Django, and Ruby on Rails are used to build the server side of a web application. They handle tasks such as handling HTTP requests, connecting to databases, and providing an API for the front end to interact with. Backend frameworks won't be the focus of this video, but I'll definitely be making future videos on it. So stay tuned. Web development frameworks are designed to help developers to create scalable, maintainable, and robust web applications with less time and effort. They allow developers to standardize their development phase and development process and collaborate efficiently with the help of a clear and consistent structure. So you can imagine how useful they can be. Now I'll give you guys a quick summary of the 3 front-end frameworks and give you some of the pros and cons of each of them. So what is Angular? Angular is a comprehensive web framework that is built using TypeScript, which is open source and free to use. It's commonly used to create single-page applications and was first introduced by Google in 2016, which was a successor to AngularJS, which was introduced in 2010. When it was first released, it gained a significant amount of popularity among developers due to its powerful features. And since Google was the one who made it, it really received a lot of attention since it was such a big tech giant. It's important to note that Angular is really different from AngularJS. AngularJS is pretty much considered a legacy framework now. So now let's go over some of the benefits of Angular. First benefit is that it's future-proof. As Angular is supported by Google, developers can trust it to be stable and long-term solution for building large-scale applications. Second, it has comprehensive documentation. Angular's documentation is thorough and provides a clear explanation of the framework's functionality and usage. It also includes examples and is written in easy-to-understand language, making it accessible to beginners. Third is scalability. Working on an Angular project as a team is highly scalable, as small changes made by any team member do not require a complete restructuring of the project. The codebase is also highly consistent and readable, leading to increased efficiency. Now let's take a look at some of the drawbacks of Angular. Number 1 is there's a steep learning curve. Angular requires proficiency in TypeScript, which is a language that is favored by around 30% of developers. This can make it a lot more challenging for developers to learn compared to other frameworks. And number 2, its impact on small projects. While the size of a project can affect various aspects of an application, the impact of Angular is more pronounced in small projects. However, in larger projects, the impact of Angular is less noticeable. So now let's move on to React. What is React? React is a popular open source JavaScript library that's used for building user interfaces based on components. It was initially developed by Facebook in 2013, but now it's really developed by an open source community and Facebook. It's actually one of the most widely used JavaScript frameworks due to its ease of use in creating web applications. And it also adds a lot of additional features such as Flux and React Native, which allows users to create web and mobile-based applications with the same code base, which is really cool. Now let's look at the benefits of using React. First is modularity. React allows developers to create reusable components, which reduces the complexity and the amount of code required to build an application. This leads to more organized and maintainable code base. Number 2, high performance. React utilizes a virtual DOM, which is a JavaScript structure, rather than the traditional DOM. This improves performance and increases the speed of the program. Number 3, low learning curve. React is known for its ease of learning and is well suited for web developers who are familiar with HTML and JavaScript. Now let's take a look at some of the drawbacks. Number 1 is a rapid development cycle. As React is a widely used JavaScript library, it's frequently updated, which can require developers to continuously learn new concepts and keep up with the pace of the development. Number 2, JSX. While React itself does not have any prerequisites, JSX is an internal part of React development. Some developers may find it difficult to learn, especially if they're not familiar with it. Developers also complain about the inline scripting feature in React, which can be tedious to work with. Now let's move on to our third framework, Vue.js. Vue is an open source progressive front-end framework that's gaining a lot of popularity in creating single-page applications. These are web applications that require a single HTML file that renders their entire code. Vue was first released in 2014 and has been well received by developers for its ease of use and intuitive interface. Compared to a lot of other technologies that were available at the time, Vue was definitely considered one of the easier ones to learn. The creators of Vue were actually inspired by Angular and aimed to create a highly efficient tool by combining the best aspects of Angular and getting rid of any of the loose ends that come with it. Vue is definitely helpful for beginner developers since it allows them to create a dynamic web application without a steep learning curve. Now let's take a look at some of the benefits of Vue.js. Low learning curve. Unlike React and Angular, Vue does not require any prior knowledge of TypeScript or JavaScript, making it more accessible for beginners. Project size. Vue projects are lightweight, which may have a positive impact on the search engine optimization of a web page, as Google's Search Console tends to favor websites that load quickly. Number 3, strong community support. The Vue community is active and provides a wealth of resources and support which is beneficial for learning and maintaining this technology. Now some drawbacks of Vue.js. Limited ecosystem. Vue's ecosystem is relatively narrow, which can make it difficult to adapt to older versions of web browsers and operating systems, and lack of large-scale projects to learn from. Lack of trust. This one I don't agree completely with, but this is kind of like the research I came up with. Other frameworks such as Angular and React are supported by technology giants like Google and Facebook, which can instill trust amongst developers and users. However, Vue is not as widely recognized and may not be considered as trustworthy by some audiences. So it's up to you to figure out which is best for you and your goal. If you ask me personally, I would definitely go with learning React right off the bat. I say this because it's the one I learned first, and it's definitely one that has the most job market opening. If you ever take a look at Indeed, LinkedIn, or anywhere else, there's definitely a whole lot more React jobs than Angular or Vue.js. But Angular is a close second for sure. So if you guys would like more videos like this, please leave a comment letting me know. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to learn more about software development and how you can get that first developer job. See you guys next time.